Would it surprise you to know that I eat chocolate almost every week? Several times a week, possibly every day. I am here to shatter the myth that if we're trying to be healthy, we shouldn't eat chocolate. But with a caveat as to what kind of chocolate. Just a warning that today, this episode is going to make your mouth water. Chocolate. Just the word makes you crave it. But just as I've become very particular about my coffee beans, I've also become very particular about my chocolate. See, I often tell people, sure, of course you can have chocolate, but don't waste those added calories on highly processed milk chocolate that contains a ton of sugar. Instead, treat yourself to something amazing. Don't waste those calories. And that's exactly why I treat myself to chocolate every week. Only I choose the dark variety. Dark chocolate, not milk chocolate, has been known to lower high blood pressure, is packed with antioxidants, has been found to increase HDL and lower LDL in men with high cholesterol, and it can even improve brain function. But we're talking dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao content. So if you are someone who is watching their calories or trying to improve their health, please know, rest assured, you can have a little bit of dark chocolate every day. In fact, this small square satisfies me, and really fine chocolate tastes downright decadent. Oh, I don't have more. So how do you know what is the best chocolate to choose? Well, this Dulcinea chocolate is crafted locally with organic, ethically sourced cacao. Cacao, I like saying cacao because it makes me sound smart. But what is cacao and what is ethically sourced? What does that mean?
Once the beans have been roasted and cracked, it's cacao.
Cacao.
Yeah. When the cacao, these are the nibs.
Okay.
You can see. When these nibs go into the grinder and they become a cacao mass or chocolate liquor.
Okay.
And then once the sugar is added, then that's what becomes chocolate.
So is cacao and cocoa bean the same?
Cocoa bean, that's a cocoa bean, and this is a cacao nib.
Okay.
So once the bean is gone through the winnower and the shell's been removed and it's been cracked, it's now called cacao nib.
Cacao and cocoa bean, aren't they both the plant? I mean, is that the plant?
Cacao is a tree, and they only grow. The interesting thing about the cacao or chocolate, it only grows 20 degrees or 14 degrees north and south of the equator. So right there, it's really there's just like a magical factor.
It's very special, yeah.
Very special in rainforests and Amazon type things.
But someone shouldn't be concerned if something says cacao or cocoa bean, pure cocoa bean. I've had that question. Well, which is better? I'm like, well, they're.
I think some people get confused between like cocoa powder and
yeah,
cacao.
That's probably what's going on.
So cacao is just really the bean, a whole bean or a nib.
Got it.
You know, and that nib can be pressed and turned into cocoa powder.
Got it.
But that's the difference.
I'm confused about the difference between fair trade, equal trade, ethically sourced. Can you explain ethically sourced? I love that statement. What does that mean?
Okay, you have Belize in your hand. Those beans have been directly purchased from the farmer. The wet cacao is bought and it's taken to My Mountain Cacao where it's fermented, so there's that consistency. Because a lot of times cacao farmers, they just are not paid fairly for their products, or maybe they are not that great at fermenting, and so it's not as good as another. So everything we buy goes through My Mountain Cacao. But the difference between direct trade and fair trade, I think it's become more of a
buzzword.
I think that when you're buying direct, if you see direct trade, you know that farmer is getting paid more than the stock market, commodities market is charging for cacao. They are paid a premium, and we get a premium cacao in return. So it's a much fairer deal. We get better cacao. They have a more fair wage.
Your chocolate is very carefully crafted. It's almost like an art. So can you describe to me what it means to be crafted?
For us, it is a craft because it's such a small batch.
Yeah.
And everything we do it's very small. And the reason I think it's a craft is because, okay, there are a lot of cacao beans. And I could take this bean and I could give it to you if you're a chocolate maker, and you could take this bean. And the bean, your chocolate and my chocolate will not taste the same. And I say it's like writing because, you know, when you have a character, what makes you fall in love with a character in a book? I mean, stories it's really not that much new, but you fall in love with the author's prose. And, you know, they write a novel, they only use 26 letters in the alphabet.
Yeah.
We make chocolate, there's only so many beans in the world, but, you know, these are our letters.
You can have your chocolate and eat it too, but choose the dark for the health of it. A lot of health of it. I've had so much health of it today.